There is a financial lie so deeply embedded in our culture that even the smartest people fall for it. It sounds like absolute common sense. Just save your money, put it in the bank, be responsible, delay gratification. But what if being responsible is exactly what keeps you poor? Not because saving is bad, but because saving is an incomplete truth. Saving is the floor for safety. It is not the destination for wealth. This is the system trap, and it is perfectly designed to keep you exactly where you are. Sharks and titans. The stories they never wanted you to see. You work 40 hours a week. You sacrifice. You carefully move a portion of your paycheck into a high-yield savings account. You log into the app. You look at the balance. It goes up. You feel successful. You feel so safe. But while your balance goes up in nominal terms, your actual purchasing power is silently and ruthlessly bleeding out. Inflation is not a natural force of nature. It is a deliberate policy. The Federal Reserve architects the system to intentionally devalue currency. Over a single decade, that 2% target compounds aggressively. Your safe money loses nearly a fifth of its ability to buy real estate, raw land, equities, or even basic groceries. You think you are playing defense, but the game is mathematically rigged against the defender. And while you are so diligently protecting your decaying cash, financial titans are using it as raw fuel. You have been taught that risk is the enemy, that volatility is dangerous, that the only noble path is the steady accumulation of cash. JPMorgan Chase spends billions of dollars every single year marketing this exact, carefully crafted narrative. Why? Because your fear is their profit margin. The more terrified you are of market volatility, the more money you leave in their vaults. The more capital Jamie Dimon has to leverage. When you deposit your money, it does not sit in a physical vault. It becomes a liability on their balance sheet. They take your discipline, your safety net, and they use it to buy the world. They lend it out at high interest rates. They purchase United States Treasury bonds yielding 5% and buy commercial real estate. The bank pays you 0.5%. They lend it out for 5%. They buy assets that appreciate at 8% annually. You take all the risk of inflation. They take all the upside of leverage. The system does not reward savers. It feeds on them. You are not a valued customer. You are the raw material. This is the hidden, unspoken mechanism why the wealth gap continues to widen exponentially. The middle class stores wealth in cash, terrified of a correction. The wealthy store wealth in assets, using that exact same correction as a buying opportunity. They understand that volatility is the price of admission for long-term compounding. They do not fear crashes. Crashes don't destroy wealth. They transfer it from the impatient to the prepared. Look at how the true titans operate. Howard Hughes famously refused to hold cash. He bought airlines, casinos, and land. He understood that cash is not a stored asset. Cash is a decaying liability you hold only until you find a productive asset to deploy it into. The people who understand the system play offense. They do not hoard cash. They acquire real assets. They use debt strategically to buy things that go up in value. They let inflation work for them instead of against them. They borrow cheap money, buy hard assets, and pay back the debt with cheaper dollars over time. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is fundamental balance sheet economics. Saving money will absolutely protect you from going bankrupt tomorrow, but it will mathematically guarantee you do not build wealth over a lifetime. The pivot is not about taking reckless gambling risks. It is about systematically shifting your default psychological state from preservation to acquisition. If your primary financial goal is to keep what you have, the Federal Reserve will ensure you end up with less. Waiting is losing. The real question is whether you can afford not to. Because in a system designed to silently eat cash, the only way to win is to stop acting like prey. The financial elite do not save their way to the top. They acquire their way to the top. And as long as you continue to believe the comforting myth of the responsible saver, you are simply funding their journey to the top while you slowly sink. Saving is not a financial strategy. It is a slow-motion surrender. And the bank always wins the war of attrition.